Welcome to Life, Lessons, and Laughter with your host, Glenn Ambrose.
Hello, happy people. What's happening? Let's talk about love, baby. Today I just kind of wanted to talk about love, not hate. No, it's funny, but I think a lot of life is just slowing down and going deeper. I really do, because it's like we are so alike. We all want the same things. We all want to love and be loved. We all want our families to be happy and safe. We don't want to struggle all the time, like financially and stuff. And we all want the same things. And yet we live in a world where it's filled with anger and hate, and it's, I just feel like we have to start with our commonalities. Start with our commonalities. Those are so much more important. The world is so divisive right now, and it's not, it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't, I guess what I'm saying is, I'm really talking to most of the people that I know are either into spirituality, into self-growth. That's why they listen to these podcasts, right? And or they're good people. I mean really good people. Most people I know are really good people. They will help you if you are in need of help. They really, really love their children and their family. They try to do their best in most things. It's just, they're just good people, and it's, I believe that dramatic majority of the people on earth are really good people. Most of the time, in my opinion, when people do things in negative ways, it's a response to something. It's pain lashing out. And I'm not excusing that type of stuff. I'm just saying, if maybe we can stop labeling people so quickly. As soon as somebody does something, then that's who they are. Like something negative. It's like they could have been doing something positive for 20 years. And then as soon as they do one thing that we can point out and label and judge them for, then that's what they're known for. And it's just, it's a major problem in society. So, it's, love is our natural state. We're more alike than we are different. We all want the same things. It's true that hurt people hurt people. When I was young, I remember a lot of people saying that I was a good person, like even teachers. When I was young, not so much when I got older, but that was when I kind of decided to break left. But when I was young, I was always in trouble, but I wasn't a bad kid. I was just in trouble because I couldn't sit still. I couldn't pay attention, stuff like that. I wasn't trying to harm anyone, or, I wasn't malicious, anything like that. So it's, but I got a reputation as being a big pain in the butt. So, and what was that? That was, well, partially it was ADHD as I got older, and the reputation really got worse. It was I was in a lot of pain, you know. So, that's how it goes. And again, it's not to excuse the behavior, it's just to understand it a little bit, because our instinct, like when somebody's doing something that we don't like, or that looks like it's against social standards or something, we're like, oh, that like we go straight for the character, like that's a bad person. We're so quick to judge, and I think we need to just, well, I know we need to focus on love, not excusing behavior. It's just, people can still be held accountable. It's just, if like if you break a law, then you get punished by the law. But okay, fine, but that doesn't mean that you're a bad person, and like you now everybody's going to treat you like crap for the rest of your life, and you can't get out of your own way. It's like, because what we're doing is we're pigeonholing people into poor behavior. They have no other choice. They can't get a fair shake anywhere. So, like, what are they going to do? Like, you're almost forcing them to go break laws more because of this labeling. So it's, and of course that's in an extreme case, talking about like petty criminals and stuff like that. But what we do is we just character assassinate everybody, and it's the most important thing on the planet, and we have to stop doing this, because it has repercussions other than what we think we're doing. Like, and we have to get back into the loving, the putting out love. Yeah, like I said, just about everybody I know is a really good person. Like a really good person, a loving, kind person. They want good things for themselves, their family, their friends, and the world. This is what everybody wants. They want good things, right? But the problem is we're focused on the negative things and attacking the negative. That is basically the outlook of the planet right now. We are we just sit around looking for stuff we don't like and complain about it and attack it and go after it. And all we're doing is putting energy towards what we don't like. I don't even know how many times I've said this in different podcasts, but it's like we have to start understanding energy just in a basic level. And for those of you listening to this, I would love to hear, seriously, I'm not being facetious, I would love to hear a counter argument to what I'm saying. Okay. Like, I would love to hear, like, if you don't believe what I'm saying, could you please email me or something and let me know your perspective, because to me this is really clear. If we put out love, then we're most likely going to get love back. We're going to feel like a good person. My point is, putting out love is a good thing. Putting out love energy is a good thing. And I don't, I see people do it in their personal lives, with their spouses and with their children and stuff like that. But I don't see them doing it in public. I don't see people putting out love in any way, shape, or form in public. I see it more in the Dominican Republic than I did in the United States because of the culture difference. People are actually happy over here, more happy. But as a general rule, I do not see or hear people putting out love towards anything. I just don't see it. What I see is I see people attacking and putting out hate towards anything they don't like. That is rampant. It's everywhere. people are constantly fighting against things that they hate. And I don't know, where we got this idea that I guess it's just an aspect of the toxic masculinity that's been causing all the war and all this stuff in the world for the last 100,000 years. But like at some point we have to look around and understand that it's not getting us anywhere. Like I've explained, like I said, I've explained this aspect many times, but I have to put it out there because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about putting out love. Okay. The reason we're talking about it is because it's energy, and energy has repercussions. So, my favorite example, Mother Teresa got invited to an anti-war rally, and she said she wouldn't go, but if you had a pro-peace rally, she'd be the first one there. Why? Because this little old Catholic nun understood energy. So you don't have to be some woo-woo spiritual freak to understand energy and how it works. You don't have to be a particular religion. You don't even have to believe in God or that there is one or anything to believe in energy and how it works. Just look at society, look at examples of how things have worked, and whenever we declare war on something, it expands. We declared war on drugs. How's that going? It expanded. We have more drug problems now than we did in the 80s when we declared war on it. We declare war on poverty. We have more poverty now since when we declared war on it. Why? Because whenever we declare war, we're attacking it. And it doesn't matter if you're attacking it or like if you're against it or you're for it. What it is it's energy going towards the topic. That's how energy works. Energy doesn't understand English. So you can't say like, well, I'm going to put all my attention and my energy towards stopping war. You can't do that. It's literally impossible. I mean, you can put energy towards stopping war, but it's not going to stop war. It's going to expand war. Why? Because it's energy topic. The topic is war. The topic is not anti-war. It's not stopping war. That's not a topic. That's an adjective before the topic. So if you put attention, your speech, when you think about things, when you contemplate them, when you speak them, when you make posts on social media and type things out, and when you copy and paste a meme, when you click share, that's all energy. Whenever we take action, it's energy. So you're putting energy towards whatever you're doing. So if you're sharing posts that are negative, you're spreading negativity. If you're sharing posts about war, you're spreading war. I don't care if it's anti-war. Start sharing pro-peace stuff if you want to make a difference. Feed love. Feed what you want. Stop trying to fight what you don't want. It doesn't work. It's never worked. It's never going to work. If you're lucky enough to just throw a bunch of hate and anger at something enough where it isn't in your peripheral in that same way anymore, it's just going to pop back up somewhere else. This is why we don't make any ground. We don't make any ground on anything. If people are, this is the illusion. Like you might have something that you hate and you attack it and you bury it and bury it and bury it and bury it until you can't see it anymore. And then you're like, yes, we no longer have this existence of this bad thing in the world anymore. Baloney. Yeah, yeah, you do. It just pops up somewhere else. There isn't less negativity on the planet, right? And we've been living like this for a long, long time. So if fighting against bad things got rid of bad things, we would have less bad things. I'm not saying we would have accomplished our goal and gotten rid of all bad things, but we would at least have less. Right? I mean, this is just, it's about slowing down. I know people are very intelligent. Like, and I know sometimes I try to phrase things in a way to make the point so clear that people get it. It's not because I think people are stupid. I actually think people are extremely intelligent. It's just we need to slow down and look at things in a little bit more detail than the surface. I hate war. I hate war. We're going to fight against war. Yeah. And then somebody else goes, yes, yeah, fight against war. Yeah. And then, and it sounds good. So everybody's on board. Nobody stops to think like, okay, we've been fighting against war for a very long time. Is it working? No. Okay, maybe we should do something different. Like at some point, we have to look around us and see what we're doing is not working. It's literally not. Everything bad is expanding. Everything bad is expanding. Everything good is shrinking. Right? Why? Because we're not putting any energy towards anything good. That's why. I mean, as a general rule, of course, there are examples of this, and that's what I want to focus on moving forward, is doing that. Like in my life, personally, there's my life keeps getting better and better. Why? Because I'm not busy fighting all the things that I hate all day. That's why. So like, I see I'm not saying this to pat myself on the back, but like, we just built a bathroom for the local school up here in the mountain. Why? Because I looked at something that I didn't like. I found out that these kids were going to the bathroom in a hole cut in a piece of plywood. And they would cancel school because the slope was so muddy to get to the bathroom, to the outhouse, that when it rained, that it was too dangerous. The kids would slide and fall on rocks and all this stuff. So they canceled school. So I was like, I don't like that. I can make an assessment, right? I don't like that. Okay, cool, Glenn. You don't like that the kids don't have a safe bathroom to use at school up in the mountains near you in the Dominican Republic. Okay. Right. So that's my brain. I used it. I made an assessment. I saw something that I didn't like. And then I chose to put energy towards the solution, not complain about the problem. Oh my God. Did you hear the kids over here? They poop in a hole cut in the wood. Oh, geez, and the damn education system. They should build them a new bathroom because, these kids aren't getting the education that they deserve because they have to cancel school because it's raining, and this is ridiculous. And the problem is that we don't. Our societies don't support our children very much. And, the red tape and the bureaucracy doesn't allow us to get things done. And feed the problem, feed the problem, feed the problem. That's not what I did. What I did is created a GoFundMe and shared it with people in the United States that actually have a few extra bucks that can chip in. And a bunch of wonderful people sent some money in. And we built a bathroom for these kids. And you know what? That thing that I don't like doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. Put love towards it. What would love do? What would love do in this situation? Complain about what they don't like? No, love doesn't complain about what it doesn't like. That's not what love does. So this is, like I said, I believe that almost every single person listening to this is a good person. Maybe every single person. I really do. I believe that. And I don't believe that the world is this way because there's something wrong with us. I believe the world is this way because we're not slowing down. The speed of life is a major difficulty for us, because I can go to hundreds of thousands of people. I can go to millions of people, billions of people. I can go to them and I can go, would you like to live in a world that's filled with love? Yes. That's what they're going to say. They're all going to say it. We know it. Like I just shared a post today, which is a different day when this is going to air. But it says, we are here to heal, not harm. We are here to love, not hate. We are here to create, not destroy. Now, when people read that, lots of people are liking it and stuff, and on social media. And like when people read that, they like that. Why do they like that? Well, because it feels good, right? Yeah, we're here to heal, not harm. We're here to heal, not harm. Okay? We're here to love, not hate. Yes, they love that stuff. We're here to create, not destroy. Yes, yes, yes. That's like everybody agrees with that. But we're not doing it. Like we're saying we are here to love, not hate. And then you look at these people, now I'm not going to pick on my personal feed, right? I'm just talking in generalities. And let's be fair, my personal feed is filled with more people that are into spirituality and my way of thinking, of course, right? But if you look at the majority of posts on social media, so we won't talk about mine for the moment, because I believe mine slants, even though there's plenty of negativity on it, it slants towards the positive more than the norm. But if you look at the norm on social media and the norm about what people are talking about, and what's going on in the world, it's all negative. People are not like that, I'm not going to stay on the political for a long period of time, but just for an example, we are here to love, not hate, right? And somebody out there is going, yes. Actually, a bunch of people, they're going, yes, we are here to love, not hate. And then you look at their social media posts and it's, I hate Trump, or I hate Biden. And if you like him, then you're out of your mind, and blah, 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 blah. And this, you're the problem. And you. You know what I was looking at? I specifically went and looked at this like a few weeks ago. I don't know if I'll dive into it, but I looked real quick. Actually, I think I will. I looked real quick at the 10 Commandments, right? Because like that's like, those are some foundational principles, right? 10 Commandments. So I'm going to look them up right now. So 10 Commandments, shall have no other gods before me, shall not make unto thee any graven image, shall not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, honor thy father, thy mother, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal. I had to change screens here. Hang on a sec. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet. Okay, so my point here is, when you look at the 10 Commandments, I don't care if you're Christian or not, but these are some basic principles. And if you look closely at them, and we can even, just to keep this neutral, we can even throw out the ones about like about the God, if you want. just because that's not the point of the conversation I'm making. I'm not saying that these commandments aren't important. What I'm saying is that's not what we're talking about. But whether you keep those in there, or whether you move them out, it does not change my point. My point is that these are all thou shalt not, remember, honor, thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. So thou shalt or thou shalt not is basically the beginning of all the 10 commandments. That's my point. It's how they start, right? And my point is it says that these are all individualized. The 10 commandments are all about what you should do to be in the light of God through the Christian perspective, right? And a lot of other religions have very similar things. They have similar principles that you adhere to. And all the religions all agree on the same thing. This aspect of what I'm talking about applies to all religions, and it applies to all spiritual belief systems. Okay. And what it is, and it actually even applies to all self-help. So what it all has in common is it's about you doing something for you to live a good life. It has nothing to do with what your neighbor is doing. Even when it mentions neighbors, it doesn't say thou shalt judge thy neighbor for doing something that is against the 10 commandments. It doesn't say that. It actually says in other places that we're not supposed to judge others. But that's all we do. And the Christians are running around saying that they're good Christians, acting like they're good Christians, believing that they're good Christians, and they're not. Why? Because they're more concerned about what everybody else is doing than what they're doing. That's why. So they're not following the 10 commandments. They're literally going against them. They're not paying attention. You don't steal. It doesn't say worry about everybody else that's stealing. We have laws in place for that. Again, I'm not saying that we should allow people to steal. What I'm saying is if we started focusing on us and what we're doing, this is how I have a happy life. Because I don't give a crap, quite honestly, about most things. Because I'm not going to let them affect me, and I'm not going to change them. We're going to come together as a people, hopefully, moving towards love. That's the only way we're going to save ourselves. That's the only way things are going to get better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move towards love. And I'm going to put love energy towards whatever I want to expand. And while everybody else is fighting over what they don't like and attacking it and attacking each other and losing friends and losing family members and isolating and feeling really right all alone, I'm making more friends and I'm doing good for the community. I'm part of the solution, not part of the problem. Fighting against what you don't want is serving the problem. You are feeding the problem. It's simple energy. We have to get this. God did not say, Jesus did not say to go judging everybody else. And if you judge everybody else and punish them enough, then we'll have a good existence here on earth. Doesn't say that anywhere. Just be love. You share the post. You love it when you read it. I know damn well you want it in your heart. You just haven't slowed down enough to go, oh, it's the pull of it is so strong. I mean, like I feel it. I feel the pull, and I'm on the outskirts. Like I, as a general rule, this is not how I live my life. And I can still get irritated with some stuff that I see out there. Look at this. It's ridiculous. I can't believe they're taking advantage of people like that. And You know, like, I mean, I can get caught up like that every once in a while. I just don't let myself stay there for too long because I know what it does. It doesn't heal me. It doesn't fix the situation. All it does is I'm literally part of the problem now. Because why? Because I'm angry. I'm filled with hate. I'm filled with bad energy. I'm not healing anything. It makes, when I get angry over something, I want to harm it. I want to hate it. I want to destroy it, just like everybody else. So what do? I don't let myself focus on the things that I don't like. Why? Because then I would just be walking in a perpetual state of energy that is hate filled and anger filled and destruction filled. And I'm not going to solve anything that way. It's never solved anything. So slow down enough to understand what this means. Understand what is being said in these things and literally embodying it. Like, this is more than just a meme. We are here to heal, not to harm. Everybody, yes. And then they go do harm. They don't perceive it as harm because they say, well, yes, but I'm harming something that's negative. I'm attacking and attempting to destroy something that's wrong in the world. No, I understand that's what you think you're doing. I'm here to tell you that's not what you're doing. And there's tons of evidence to back up what I'm saying. So disconnect the brain for a moment and understand, as you are arguing against what you don't like, you are feeding it energy. You're feeding the problem. So feed the solution. Be love. Walk around. And when you look at any situation, if you look at getting stuck in traffic, or if you look at the political situation, or if you look at a war going on somewhere around the world, or if you look at poverty, or if you look at the problem on drugs, all these things that draw our attention. If you look at racism, if you look at anything that's negative in this world, instead of fighting against it, try, what would love do? How can I bring love into this situation? How can I bring love into this situation? It's energy, people. Everything is energy. And when we have more people putting out love energy, we'll have more love energy. Right now, we have more people putting out hate and anger and frustration energy. And guess what we have in the world? A bunch of hate, anger, and frustrated people and energy all over the freaking place. It's collective. Like, I think we have to disconnect from this idea that we're separate. I'm not even talking on a spiritual level. I'm just talking on an energetic level. I'm not talking like, oh, we are all one and all this stuff from a spiritual perspective, although there's truth to that. What I'm talking about is just a collective energy field on planet Earth. It's made up of what every one of us is feeling inside. And you know what you don't have control over? What somebody else is feeling in their heart, thinking, or putting out. You don't have control over any of that. And this is where our energy goes. Like, a lot of times you post something nice on social media and people go, yeah, I wish more people thought like this. That's one of my pet peeves. It's because when somebody states that, they literally miss the point of the post. When you post something that says we should love, not hate, we shouldn't judge others so quickly. And somebody goes, I know, I wish more people would stop judging people. It's like, you're literally doing it now. You're literally judging other people for being judgmental in your reply to my post. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what you dislike. Just feed what you like. Feed the solutions. If you don't like the war going on, then write write a letter that you would like peace to the president or your freaking congressman or something. Send a care package over. See where you can donate your time or your money to something that helps victims of war, or like anything. It doesn't matter. And don't worry about, like, this is the other thing I think that keeps people stuck from doing anything. They're like, oh, it's not going to make a difference. It's not about making a difference in the way you think it's about making a difference. It's just about putting out love energy. That's all it's about. It doesn't matter if like I didn't, I have kids that can go to the bathroom on a normal toilet now. I didn't fix the entire governmental system in Dominican Republic about schools and bathrooms. So no, I didn't fix the world. We're not going to fix it. Like none of us are going to fix a global problem with an act. It's not going to happen. We're not that powerful. So don't worry about that. Just worry about doing something in the energy of love and becoming part of the solution instead of part of the problem. Feed the solution. What would love do? How can I benefit this situation? Go mentor somebody. Usually the way we can give is from our time or our money. So, because those are both forms of energy. So be conscious of what you're doing with your energy. Are you putting out more love in a situation, or are you putting out more hate? And please understand the difference between, if you think fighting against something you hate is loving, it's not. It's not. You cannot be all filled with anger and frustration and fight against something and call that love. It's not. This is something I had to learn. Like when I first woke up spiritually, like, the lights came on and the veil was lifted and I saw everything differently. And I went, oh my God. And I was so excited. And then I started seeing how other people were like, I knew they were good people, but they weren't acting like good people. And I was like, what the heck? What is going on here? And I had to slow down and understand what was happening. It's a collective energetic pull of society that we've become like this. And we need to stop breaking away. We've been heading in a very difficult direction for a long time. And there's lots of good going on in this world. Like if you don't, I'll try to use, bear with me here, because some of my examples are going to be kind of extreme. So you might need to find a more, not watered down, but maybe a simpler version of it that you can do. But you're intelligent, you have imagination, look into it, research, find little things that even you can do, and do those things. But it's like one of the things I'm doing is buying land over here, and I'm going to sell it to people. So I'm creating a wait list for those of you that want to get on it. And I'm going to sell it to people that are interested in keeping the planet and nature alive. So like Dominican Republic is so close to the US, and it's called Mountain Ridge Sanctuary. And like, I'm buying a big ass chunk of land over here in the DR, and it's 90 minutes from the US. And like, you can save a section of land. And I'm still going to be, people will build small earth-friendly homes on it. We can live off grid on it. We can grow our own food to feed ourselves on it. People can buy plots of land as an investment. And just the land itself is an investment, because most land is, crazy expensive nowadays and used up in a lot of countries. And I'm happen to be in one of these beautiful little paradises still has a lot of land for sale, so you can get it at an inexpensive price. And this land is so fertile over here, it's insane. You can, sneeze a seed and it grows into something 2 weeks later. So not only is the land going to be going up, and I'm nice and close to the coast, so you get the beach access too, as well as the mountains, which is nice. But my point is like, you can plant different things. You can plant mahogany trees that are like $10,000 each when they grow. 25 years from now, you could have a plot of land in a DR with these beautiful mahogany trees. You can plant Spanish cedar over here. You can plant all kinds of food over here. The possibilities are endless for short-term, medium-term, and long-term investments on these pieces of land. And while we're saving the land, so we're not building condos on it, and we're not building these huge businesses on it. We're preserving, I want to preserve at least 90% of the land. But, we're going to have some houses on it. But even the houses I would like to have earth friendly. So my point is like, this is my version of being part of the solution. Why? We don't need a $500,000 house or $750,000 or $1 million house with 6 bedrooms when we retire. I'm probably going to build like a 1 or 2 bedroom house, maybe 2, just in case. But I'll build a separate little place for when I have people come visit. So they've got their own place. The possibilities are endless, and it's nice and peaceful and quiet, and there's not all kinds of restrictions here. And it's just this is me being part of the solution. Is it stuff that I like? Yeah, you should do what is in alignment with you. So just because that's part of mine, like somebody else might be able to put one of those vertical gardens on the side of their house. All this stuff matters. If you're doing it out of love, and then you're like, you grow your own herbs. Cool. More plants, better for the atmosphere. Cool. That's just little stuff that you can do anywhere. You can have a little garden in your backyard. You can, I don't know, man, put a freaking bird feeder out, or like what? My point is, it can vary in degrees. It can vary depending on your financial setting. Like if you don't like the government telling you what you can and can't do, then what's the solution to that? Well, you can, there's 2 main probably directions that you can go. One is addressing the solution to that problem directly. And you can be like, okay, like, hey, I think we should do this. Make it positive. Not, I don't think we should do this. Instead, say, hey, I think we should do this, and write a letter with love. And if you do that from love energy, it will change the words you're writing. Instead of frustration energy, don't do it out of frustration. You're doing this wrong. You shouldn't do this. Don't do that. Love. I would love to see something like this happen. I would love to see more of this. I would love to feed what you want to see. And, like I said, it doesn't even matter if the person you're sending the letter to ever even sees it. You're still putting love energy out towards that topic, towards the solution of whatever the situation is that you don't like. You're putting energy towards the solution of it, not the problem of it. And you're just putting out love. So collectively, we have a little bit more love, and a little bit more love. And that's all we can control. Some people like sit back and they're like, well, we can't do that. I mean, if we could do that, then it's you don't understand, Glenn. It's going to take 1 billion people to change. If we do it your way, it's going to take 1 billion people to change the world. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not going to argue the point. My point is well, we can either spend all our time and energy making things worse, which we've been doing for quite a while now, or we could begin a journey to fixing things. What, like, I don't give a crap if, like, let's just say somebody could scientifically prove to me, which I don't believe this to be true, but if somebody came up and said, look, Glenn, we've looked at your energy and love theory, and we've done all the research, and it turns out that we have 8 billion people on the planet, and you're going to need 7.5 billion people putting out love all at the same time for this to work. Let's just say somebody could scientifically prove that that was true, which I'm sure they can. I would still say that's the right thing to do. Why? Well, because the other way doesn't work. So what choice do we have? I guess we should, I guarantee you they're going to have one more towards the 7.5 billion tomorrow. That's me. Like, that's what keeps people stuck. They look at the problem and it's so huge. And I say, well, you just got to work towards the solution. They're like, yeah, but it's too big. It would take 150,000 years to fix this. So what's the alternative? To feed the problem and make it worse? Why would you do that? Like, who cares? Who cares? It could take us 350 generations to fix things, and we should still try to fix them. Maybe someday we'll do it. But I guarantee you, if we don't start, we won't finish. That I know. And if we keep going the way that we're going, it's not going to get better. Does it seem like things are getting better? Does it seem like we have less problems in the world? Does it seem like people are more polarized, more complaining, more focused on the negative? I mean, the people running for political offices don't even bother telling you what they're going to do anymore. They don't even bother because nobody's listening. They don't care what you're going to do. We don't even expect our politicians to fix anything anymore or do anything. We know they're not going to do anything. So if they get up on TV and they go, hey, I'm going to do this for the country. I'm going to do this for the country. I'm going to do this for the country. We're like, no, you're not. You and all the politicians before you lied. You're probably not going to do that. So it's really not that important. Who's he running against? Oh, him. Well, who do you like better? Well, he's a really bad person and I can prove it. So I'll spend all my energy attacking him. Okay, that should fix the world. Yeah. Spend all your energy making sure somebody that you don't like doesn't get into office. Okay. And then you might even actually win that battle. The world's going to continue getting worse and worse and worse. But, you can wave the flag and be like, oh, look, we had a victory. Yeah. Okay, one idiot didn't get in. And now we've got about 350 other idiots in the government making all the decisions, destroying your life anyway. So, like, what did you actually fix? You kept one moron out of 350 morons. Okay, so now we still have 350, but we don't have one. All right. Well, that was worth 4 years. Nicely done. There's no solution there. All you did was fight and throw hate. We have to get off our soapbox. Here I am on my soapbox telling us to get off our soapbox, right? But the reason I don't consider it, well, I guess it is a soapbox. I called it one, so I guess I do consider it one. My point is like, no matter how much people put out hate and anger and frustration, And no matter which political party they want, I still look at people and I go, you know what? They're just caught up in what's going on. And I understand that underneath all that, they're still really good people. And I also understand that there's going to be a lot of people who are not capable, in my opinion, of hearing what I have to say. And they're going to disagree with me. And that's fine. I don't care. I honestly don't. I've had people disagreeing with me my entire life. It doesn't bother me at this point. I'm getting really good at it. And before, I used to pretend that I didn't care. Now I really don't care. The older I get, the more. So, like, the thing of it is like, if somebody gets up on a soapbox, right, and starts preaching hate, and then somebody else gets up on a soapbox and starts preaching love, we think that the people who are preaching hate don't have the right for free speech, and they shouldn't be spreading this hate around, and it's not fair, and they need to be silenced, and they need to shut up, and they have no right to tell other people how to think. But, which is fine, but then we're on the love soapbox, and we think we have the right to tell everybody else how to think. And if you don't think like me, you're bad and you're wrong. See, that's the part that I don't do. I don't judge people and think that they're bad or wrong because they don't agree with what I'm saying. I think everybody has the right to their own opinion. Even if they're preaching hate and I'm preaching love, I don't think that I have the right to attack them. I don't have the right to destroy them. Because if I do, then I am destruction. If I hate them, then I am hate, and I am hating. See, this is what I mean. Follow the energy. You don't rationalize away your behavior and pretend it's not what it is. Your energy is your energy. What you're putting out is what you're putting out, period. You cannot hate somebody and call it love. I'm just trying to better the world. No, you're not. You're putting hate out. I hate this guy. He's bad. He's evil. I hate him. You are hating. That's literally what you're doing. I hate this. This is wrong. Racism is horrible. Now, I'm a big fan of not having racism. Okay, just to be clear. But I'm not going to run around going, well, I hate racism. I hate that person that's racist, because now I'm just as bad as they are. I'm hating. They hate. Now I hate. Now we have two people hating. That doesn't solve anything. Look in history as what has solved. You know, we have examples from history. Learn from them. We have Nelson Mandela. You know what? You know how much ground Nelson Mandela made towards apartheid while he was in the middle of hate? When he hated his oppressor, you know how much ground he made? Zero. He got thrown in prison and sat on his ass every day. He didn't make any ground. You want to know when he made ground? When he actually flipped that hate and started understanding his oppressor, having compassion for his oppressor. And then that opened up the doorway to have conversations with the oppressor that actually resulted in the solution coming. The solution, he never made ground on the solution when he was filled with hate. He only made ground on the solution when he was filled with love. Same thing with Gandhi. Same thing with Martin Luther King Jr. Read what their famous statements were and look at the energy of them. They were not preaching hate. They were preaching love. And love is how they made their ground. That's how they made their differences. Oh, I just looked at the time. I got to fly. I didn't realize I had gone on this long. Okay, so put out love, put out love, put out love. All right, and pay attention. What it doesn't. Don't look at the topic and go, yes, but this person's bad, so therefore I have the right to hate, and this situation's bad, so therefore I have the right to hate. No, if you're putting out hate, you're part of the hate. If you're putting out love, you're part of the love. So just put out love. Love, love, love. Put out love, put out love. All right. Hopefully that clicked. All right. Peace. Take care.